Haven't seen you in a while. Welcome. Welcome back. Welcome if you're new here. Happy to have you here. Um, in today's video, we're going to be talking about the cool guy persona in narcissistic relationships. So I'm trying to find the camera. So currently I'm using my burner phone. By the time you see this, my phone will probably be fixed. but um, yeah, so I have definitely experienced the trauma that comes with the narcissist cool guy persona. And what this looks like is that kind of tough, I would say, persona where they might, say that they're going to cheat on you, or say that they found a date, or say that, or like, how do I explain it? It's like the energy of um, all the girls like me, or all the guys like me, like that type of energy. And there's nothing wrong with confidence, but the narcissist cool guy persona has nothing to do with confidence. And this type of behavior used to totally traumatize me and scare me, and it would really get to me. And I had the privilege of witnessing this behavior. Well, also, I hope the lighting is okay. Like, I like the sun on my eyes, but it's like a little bit shadowy, so I hope that's okay. but um, it used to really scare me, and I had the privilege of seeing what this persona looks like from a more confident, strong, and I would say secure perspective. And what it really looks like from the secure perspective is just that, um, a insecure persona, and we could call it a maladaptive coping skill. So sometimes when people, also, I've only experienced this with men. If you've experienced this with women, drop your experience in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And you sharing, is so valuable for me and for anyone else who's lurking in the comments. So, but yeah, so maladaptive coping skills. So what that means is, you know, when a secure person, or yeah, when a secure person feels insecure, they will maybe look a little deeper, find some insight, solve the problem, figure out what's making them insecure, maybe talk to someone, talk to a therapist. Those are coping skills that are helpful. The cool guy persona is a maladaptive coping skill because it's like when they feel insecure, they go into this persona of like, yeah, I'm fucking tough, or whatever it is. And that is like a way of kind of just pushing the insecurity under the rug. And it can make people really uncomfortable too. And it doesn't really solve the problem, right? It doesn't make you less insecure. It might give you a little hit of not being insecure. And if anyone here by chance has this defense mechanism or coping mechanism, the cool guy persona, or or the cool girl persona, I want you to know that I'm going to shed some empathy here on this defense mechanism in the way that when we experience narcissistic abuse or unhealthy relationships, narcissistic relationships, abusive relationships, where we might get that coping mechanism is from the people we have surrounded ourselves with, the people, our parents, right? So if the way our parents dealt with insecurity was these maladaptive coping skills, like jumping into a cool guy persona, we may think that we're doing the right thing, and then, and that's valid, right? But what we have to do is realize, look back and reflect and be like, okay, did that actually make me feel less secure, less insecure? No. So, um, then we can pick a new coping skill. But where this goes into a slippery slope cycle is, right, we might go into the cool guy persona, and then we push people away, especially healthy people. They might be able to see through it. We push people away, we make people uncomfortable, we make ourselves uncomfortable because it doesn't feel natural. Um, And we might feel shame and blame ourselves and feel victimhood or feel powerless, but we're not really a victim. We just tried a solution that didn't necessarily work. And um, that's normal, right? Like that's how we solve problems. We try and it doesn't work. And what narcissistic abuse does is it convinces us that every solution should work and that if it doesn't work, that it's your fault and you're the problem. And that's just not true. This is not true. It's just not true. We gotta, so we can ditch the shame. We can be like, all right, I tried the cool guy persona. That shit didn't work. And the reason why people might have this persona, right, might have this problem solving problems, is that they will. It creates some conflict, right? So let's say you really look up to someone in your life. Secretly, what you don't know yet is that this person is a fucking narcissist. And by the way, when we use the term narcissists, um, we are not jumping to conclusions and making quick labels about people. You know, if you accurately observe every narcissistic trait, you can label them to yourself as a narcissist, and that's a healthy part of protection. Um, but taking one piece of evidence and calling someone a narcissist or using the word narcissist to harm people or change people isn't necessarily appropriate. I just want to make that clear. But yeah, so let me restart the story. So you have someone you really look up to, and they're secretly a narcissist. You don't know yet that they're a narcissist. And they have this cool guy persona where they're like, you know, tough, and they're like, I'm gonna cheat on you, or whatever it is. There's many different like flavors of the cool guy persona. And in order to, if you have the cool guy persona, in order to recognize that the cool guy persona isn't working for you, you might have to recognize that the person that you look up to, it also isn't working for them. That they actually aren't confident. They're not worthy of admiration. They're actually quite insecure. And so, if we don't resolve those conflicts, it keeps us stuck in these patterns of things like the cool guy persona. um, so, yeah. And then, when we get insight into ourselves, we also may have to accept hard truths about others, which could make us less likely to be motivated for insight about ourselves. So, if you realize understanding your cool guy persona, you'd have to recognize, well, I'm insecure. And then you see some narcissist as really confident, they also have the cool guy persona. You have to realize, oh, they're also insecure. And then that like collapses your whole view of them. They're actually not this confident person that they thought they were. So yeah. I'm going to take a moment to recollect my thoughts. I just gave a lot of information, so if anything was new to you, or if you're feeling like that kind of new info, confusion or exhilaration, we can both take a moment to just regroup. All right, so if you've been on the receiving end of the cool guy persona, what this says about you is that you have some pretty amazing things about yourself. You have some pretty amazing stories. You have some pretty awesome behaviors. And the people that you're around may use this defense mechanism, I call the cool guy persona, to feel less insecure around you. And so you must reclaim those parts of you as you. A lot of times as survivors, we can have so many strengths, so many beautiful traits about ourselves that we don't even know we have. We don't even see it. And since we don't see it, we don't really understand why someone would be insecure around us. So then we might not even think that it's possible for people to be insecure around us. You know, we may have these deep feelings of inadequacy where we genuinely don't we think we're worthless. We think we're nothing. We think we're bad. All of us is bad. And other people may look at you and be like, "Holy shit, this person is fucking amazing." And that makes them a little bit insecure. And it doesn't make you better than anyone to know your strengths, to know who you are, to know how amazing you are. And it's not actually wrong to recognize when someone is insecure. You know, if their insecure behaviors, like the cool guy persona, are affecting you, it is completely valid to, you know, file them in your head as insecure. Also wanted to share this with you. um, so I don't know if this was like, you know, I prompted the AI to give me this, or if this is like AI tells this to a lot of people, but whatever conversation I was having with AI, it told me to file away narcissistic people in my brain as cartoon supervillains. And I found that to be so helpful. So I was laying in bed, just like in my mind, and I was a lot of painful memories were coming up with different people, and I was like, okay, imagining myself just putting them into a file in my brain that said cartoon supervillain. Cartoon supervillain behavior. That is cartoon supervillain behavior. Cartoon supervillain. And when we add the cartoon, it takes away that level of fear, you know? And that's where my perspective is at now. Where it's like, when I saw the cool guy persona defense mechanism as the new me, I was like, this is actually a cartoon level behavior. This used to fucking scare the crap out of me and hurt my feelings. And now it doesn't. And so that's another caveat. You know, the person I witnessed with this recently wasn't attached to me in any way. I wasn't attached to them. I wasn't friends with them. So it's a little bit easier for me to file it away. When we're experiencing this dynamic in our romantic relationships, our friendships, or our family, any people close to us, it might be a little bit harder to accept the truth about them. You know what I mean? It might, and you know, there might be more history, right? Especially, I always say this, dominating or highly narcissistic or emotionally dangerous people, their presence invokes fear, you know. So they could really say anything, and there's that fear involved. Um, and fear is really normal. I want to stress that. Like, I know so this is a spiritual channel if you're new. So I kind of am like a narcissistic abuse and spirituality hybrid channel. And one thing in spirituality is that fear isn't real. There's this really catchy phrase. It's like, fear is false evidence appearing real. And this is really dangerous. It's not a healthy thing to spread. Um, it's, it can be false evidence appearing real. It can be. Um, and you can see fear as an opportunity to grow your strength or your trust in yourself. You can see it like that. But fear is also a tool to know, you know, when you are interacting with someone dangerous, especially when we're dealing with narcissists, specifically covert narcissists. They will be masters of doing things that are hard to prove to yourself or others, of manipulating in ways that are almost invisible. And I lost my train of thought. I will get it back. um, oh, look at the sun. It's so beautiful. They are masters at doing things. Yes. So when you feel fear, that can be one sign that you are experiencing a covert manipulation or covertly dangerous behavior, emotional danger. And I say one sign because, again, one sign, we don't want to jump to conclusions. Multiple signs, you're probably right. We want to get into that frame of looking for evidence. It's how we really protect ourselves and get really strong. And the more evidence you have, the more trust you can have. And I'll say this, people who are really prone to jumping to conclusions, they might have a different moral compass than you. They might have ulterior motives, or they might just be, cool people who are working on it. So we always want to have nuance when we're in the realm of psychology, because there are a lot of ways to misuse teachings in psychology. Um, so yeah, it's okay to feel fear, and um, you know, it can be scary witnessing people in serious mental health distress. Um, I know that in some of my relationships, I have experienced that fear of, and I can feel it in my heart right now, of people going through things when I was way too young to understand, and just, it's scary, right? In this same experience where I witnessed this cool guy persona defense mechanism, I also got to see exactly when this person like disconnected from reality and started creating a narrative. So if you don't know, narcissists will often kind of create their own false realities in their heads and just believe in that false reality. And um this is like a thing of like severe mental health issues. It doesn't have to be narcissism, but in their head. And I was able to see the moment where I was like, oh, this person is not connected to objective reality anymore. And that was my cue to like back off and stop talking to this person, because I was like, um, once they start creating their narratives and going into the false reality, you have no idea what they're projecting onto you, what thoughts they're thinking are your speech, because that's kind of what they'll do. They will think thoughts, and then so here's how I'm going to explain it. Have you ever had someone say something to you and your anxiety spikes and you think, oh, do they hate me? But you might be able to recognize, like, oh no, this is my anxiety. For narcissistic people, oftentimes when they think, oh, do they hate me? It goes into, they hate me. Like, they actually believe that thought. They hate me, and they just basically said they hate me. So, yeah, I witnessed that exact moment when that happened. And it's, it was pretty cool to see, honestly. It was pretty fucking cool. And the conversation honestly made me feel a bit uncomfortable afterwards, but I was like, this is worth it because I can share it with you all on here. So make sure to subscribe and like. I'm going to throw out a few examples of the cool guy persona. It's like all of a sudden, they just start saying, like, I'm going to cheat on you. Or, I got so many bitches. All the bitches love me. That type of thing, you know? And oftentimes they could be lying. They could be telling the truth. Half it's probably half and half. They're lying or they're telling the truth. Um, but yeah, I got so many bitches. All the bitches love me. Um, if you've experienced this with women, drop it below. what the phrases are, because I haven't. But what is it? I'm gonna think of some more. I feel like there's like my intuition is like there's more, but I can't think of it right now, so I'm gonna pause. Okay, they might say, yeah, I've got a date on Saturday, and or like tell you about all the dates they have. Almost, it could sometimes be to make you feel insecure. Or it could be that they're feeling really insecure and you're so empathic that it makes you feel insecure. um, and you don't have that boundary to see like, oh, that's them, not me, you know. But another one would be like, if this is slimy as fuck, but if they like start like hitting on your friends, like let's say you like someone and they start like talking about your friends or like trying to like hit up your friends or like hit up your sister or some shit like that. That's that insecurity. It's like something made this motherfucker insecure. Not talking about anyone in particular. I just okay. Something made someone insecure, and now they gotta like use that maladaptive coping skill of like, ooh, can I get your girl's number? And I know y'all know what I'm talking about. I know it because I actually saw a video about this on fucking shorts or something. Um, a while ago where some amazing talented person, I don't know his name, but some amazing talented comedy sketch guy was reenacting this cool guy persona really well, and he was like, so the premise was like your it was like your ex from high school, and the guy was like, "You're still my number one girl. You'll always be my number one." And then I said in response to the video, "He's capping." And then, like 2 seconds later, in the sketch, the guy says, "No cap." Oh, and it was really funny. It was really good. Yeah, it was really good. It was really good. But that's like a good example of that. Like, you know, those type of men that are narcissistic that'll be like, "You're my number one, girl. You'll always be my number one." I'm cringing. It's cringy. I'm cringing. But yeah, and they're always capping. They'll say no cap, but they're always fucking capping. They're always fucking capping. Alright, anyways, I got a little intense. Thank you so much for joining me here. Thank you if you watched all the way through. You're my number one. No. You're my number one. No, you guys are all my number ones, all equally. But yeah, don't forget to comment, share, don't be shy, and like this video, subscribe to the channel, check out my digital products. If you'd love to support me, please do so. Down below, I got my PayPal link. And yeah, I got a course coming up soon to assist you in reclaiming your personal power, and I will walk you through some amazing personal transformation that I've walked myself through. So stay tuned for that. And if you'd like, first knowledge on it, my free products in my store will sign you up to my email list. So I will send out an email as soon as that course is done, and you can, get it. So yeah, I love you guys, and I'm super excited to be back making videos for you. All right, gotta wrap it up. How long have I been saying bye for? Bye.